All I ever wanted was to go into space. When I was 3 years old, I told my mother, I want to see the moon. And look, she said, there it is, pointing at it. You can see it every night. And she held me up, showing it to me, pressing her cheeks against mine. She said she'd always remember the way the back of my neck smelled and how my little baby curls would be stuck to the side of my cheeks with sweat from my nap. And how I cried and cried as if my heart was breaking when she put me back into the crib and closed the curtains, shutting the moon out, shutting out that candle flame. And I cried and cried until she came and opened those curtains again, and that's when I finally stopped. And from then on, she called me her little moon baby. She would retell this story to everyone, and it embarrassed me. She wants to go to the moon, she would say, and all the aunties would laugh and crinkle their eyes at me. She wants nothing but the moon, this one, my uncle would say. She wants the stars too. She wants the world at her feet. But I knew what I meant. Even then, I meant that nothing would stop me. Nothing. By the time I was 14, I'd learned two very important things. Firstly, how to land. And secondly, and probably even more importantly, how to sneak out of the house without anyone noticing, which in my village was very hard because every house had a twitcher who'd be just waiting, watching and gossiping. Where does she go to, your girl? It's so late at night for one so young and by herself. Oh, well, I had no friends. She's quite strange, maybe she's a witch. That made my mother laugh. Or maybe she's a spy. That did not make my mother laugh. Or maybe she's just a little funny in the head, she's gone bad. I was all of those things. I could see into the darkness, see inside people's minds. I knew what they were thinking, what they felt. I could feel their breath pounding inside them as if it were my own. And I knew that they hated and feared me because I was wild and free, and they just wanted to be like me. I would have made a very good spy. If they'd come for me, I would have been curious. I would have pretended to be interested. But it's not what I wanted. I didn't care about the world. Not then. Not until I saw it from above itself. I wanted to rise up. I knew that day would come, but I was impatient, so I stopped at nothing. And this is how it begins. In the dark of night, I spot the mouth of the river, my river. It's my stage, my beacon. It will guide me, and I am going up, up, up in this tiny airplane that would take me as high as I want to go. The pilot doesn't know I'm a girl, else he wouldn't take me, so I'm faceless, eyeless, blank. And I'm living only for that moment when it's my turn and I drop silently into the dark, into the air. And I wait for the moment before pulling that cord just to feel the air. 40 seconds pass. 50 seconds pass. And it's no longer like falling, it's more like flying. In that moment, I sing all these songs in my heart. I sing into the darkness, into the air. I sing so loudly, I think the entire world can hear me, but they don't. Not yet. Not at that moment. I'm just covered by this darkness, by the night, by the wind rushing. The ground then rushes up to meet me, and I bend my knees and I land, tumbling over and over, laughing, screaming, shouting, singing, fully free, until I come to a complete stop. And that is how you land. Of course, mother and father and my aunties and uncles could not find out. They would have died of shame. Even then, imagine a young girl going up into the air alone and at night. I mean, later it would be different though. Later, when I see the moon from the sky, from above the earth, from space, that's when the world finally sees me. That's when no one is ashamed of me anymore. And they chose me because I made them choose me. I would stop at nothing until I was the last person in the running. The only thing that was keeping me back was that I needed permission from the president. And what a man he is. It must be a female from our country to go into space, else it would bring shame to our country. And so that's how it's decided. And even now, even after, there are just no words that I can say for you to understand what it felt like, for you to have seen the things that I have seen, there's just no words, only breath and space and air, and more breath and space and infinite blackness holding me, suspended, seeing everything, showing me everything from above. The rush, the heat, the force, my God. There are just no words, there can't be any words to touch the face of God. To see the earth spread out beneath you, to feel nothing but the pounding of your own heart, the pulsing of your own blood through your body, the rush of your own breath. I don't ever want to come down. I don't ever want to come down. Nothing would ever be the same anymore. Why would I want to come down? I stay up there for as long to see the world turn on itself. And at every point, you have to come down at some time. And this is my time. How to Land Part 2. Re-entry is overrated, by the way. Some people say they feel nothing but relief when they land safely. You wanna know what I felt? I felt only, when can I go up again? When? Tomorrow? Next week? Later in the year? When? I'll be ready and willing whenever you call. And I did everything right afterwards. Don't believe the stories that they told you. They are the ones who put me out like an old dog that no longer obeys his master, who's gotten the taste of freedom but must still follow his instinct. I mean, what do you do? How do you live after you've done and experienced everything you've ever dreamt of? I'll tell you what. You dream it over and over again. You burn, you ache. You sob in your sleep. And you wake with tears on your cheeks because you know you've dreamt it again. And the dream is so vivid, it's so real. It would never change. It would always be the same, but you will. You will change. Your hopes will change. And every time I wake up with my cheeks wet with tears, you know what I do? I look up at the moon. I look up at that moon and I'm still 3 years old, crying because the curtains would close. I'm still 14, crawling through the woods to that takeoff point. I am still the woman who entered space and saw the world curving at her feet. Moon, baby, the moon. Moon, baby, the stars. Moon, baby, the world at my feet. They say don't look down, don't look back. 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 Moon, baby, the moon. Moon, baby, the stars. Moon, baby, the world at my feet. They say don't look down, don't look back. 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 Moon, baby, the moon. Breath and air and space. Moon, baby, the stars. Space and breath and air. Moon, baby, the world at my feet. Touch the face of black.